And, yes, potentially. We're live. Hello, everybody. So, today, I've played 30 plus hours of Dragon's Dogma. I reviewed it for Game Explain. Now, the streaming embargo was up. I have to start a new character. And in this sort of review / live stream, I specifically want to use this as almost like a live review where I talk about the game sort of a bit more organically, where we go through the start, and then when something pops up, I'll talk about it a bit more or something, and I'll also answer any questions that people have. So I don't really want to mess around. We're just going to start the game. I have to start from a new character, and I'm going to choose, I believe, either an archer or a thief. So we'll see. We'll decide when I get to that. And for me, this game is great. Or should I say, it's very good, but it's not great. Right now, it's sitting at an 86 on Metacritic, even though I personally don't really like scores and all that, but that is the game, you know. I think it's a very good game. It's just not great. I gave it an 8 out of 10 as my tentative score for Game Explain. I am now at the point, I'm on my main save file, I'm at the point where I have gotten to, this is the end. Go do other stuff or finish the game. I haven't finished the game yet, but I gave it an 8 out of 10 for Game Explain. And yeah, as things pop up, I'll just talk about it. Obviously, if you have any questions, let me know. And good morning, Alex. I know this is a weird time to be streaming, but it's just this is when the embargo lifted. I also have stuff to do for Game Explain later. So yeah, this is the only time I could stream today. So it's just going to have to stream at this time, I guess. Now I'll let the cutscene play so people can see and listen to the cutscenes.
We may celebrate the coming of our rightful ruler. The return of the sovereign.
That's very unlucky, Alex. There's nothing worse. Well, no, I think there is a good middle ground where, if you're just sick enough that you're not feeling absolutely awful, it kind of gives you a time to wind down and relax and just rest. But then if you're feeling too sick, then it's awful, because that's what happened to me during COVID. I was absolutely knocked out with it, and it wasn't fun. But then when you're like slightly sick and you're just kind of feel like you need rest, I think it's actually kind of good, you know. But I hope you're feeling better soon anyway, because, well, to be honest, there's nothing better than when you're sick and you're playing games all day. That's or when you are sick in school, in air quotes, and you just want the day off to play games. Even though my mom wouldn't let me play games when I was young. She would let me play handheld games when I was sick, but not console games. I don't understand the logic. Don't understand the logic whatsoever. And I haven't played it yet, but I'm going to get Alone in the Dark. Probably today. I kind of want to finish Dragon's Dogma. I think I fixed my brain from last year, as I was saying, where I feel like I'm not rushing to get to the next game as much, which, was really good. Because last year I would have already bought Alone in the Dark. I probably would have started it, not given it enough time. But now I'm just going to be like, alright, I'm going to just take my time. And one thing we'll talk about with Dragon's Dogma is the story, for me, isn't good. There's almost zero characters that are worth paying attention to. The plot, I guess, is kind of cool. You're the Arisen, you slay some dragons, and that's who you are. You can summon pawns, but I don't know. The story is great. I'm not coming to this game for the story myself, personally. My mom was the same. She never let me play games, but watching movies was completely okay. Yeah, I never understood it. She used to say, if you're well enough to play games, you're well enough to go to school. But she'd let me play like my DS or my PSP, whatever handheld I had at the time, or my GBA. But she wouldn't let me play the Wii or the PlayStation 2 or 3 or whatever. And kids nowadays will not understand this, because even though I'm not that old, like I turned 26 yesterday, when I was young, when you were off school for the day, you had to watch whatever was on TV, and usually TV from like 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. in like on Boomerang or Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon was always the crap shows that nobody wanted to watch. So you'd have to just endure watching, like SpongeBob wouldn't be on, or Fairly Odd Parents. You'd have to watch like Danny Phantom, or one of the lesser Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon cartoons. So I'm gonna create my character. I already created a character on stream, so I'm not gonna go too deep with this. I don't want to spend too much time. Just take it from me. The character creator is one of, if not the greatest character creators I've ever seen in a game. It's fantastic, and I already created one, so I'm just going to. I will pick like one just random. I want to play as one of the cat people, whatever they're called, beastrons. And I want to be lanky. High point real sub. I think if you review this honestly, you will get more views. Optimization is better by these studios. Gotta stop giving them a pass. Heard sub. No, high point reviews. I never saw. I never saw sub 15 FPS in towns. I never saw that once. This game runs mostly at not 60 FPS, at above 30 FPS. I would have preferred if it was locked to 30 FPS instead of this. Sometimes it's 40, sometimes it's 45, other times it's 32. I think they should have locked it. But now I'm not saying that didn't happen to whoever said it, but I've never seen the game drop below 30 FPS, like for more than a couple of seconds. It's not perfect, but I wouldn't say it's as bad as whatever that person made it out to be. So I'm not gonna, as I said, I'm not gonna bother with too much here. We'll just, we'll go with this. Yeah, I'll just customize it further. I don't really, that character looks fine to me. I just want to make myself kind of tall. 100 and, I'll go 200. Yeah, okay. Still on the fence about getting this game. Yeah, I was kind of hoping, Alex, that this was going to be like, and this. No, this is on console. This is on PS5, high point. Seriously, I'm not saying that didn't happen to them, but that did not happen to me. I played the game for 30 hours. It never happened. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but it didn't happen to me anyway. And I'm quite sensitive to frame rate as well. But it does vary quite a lot. And Alex, yeah, I was kind of hoping that this game was going to be like, not exactly the Elden Ring, but like that style of a game where it's like, everybody has to play this. So many cool moments. And while it did have cool moments, it's just not that. It just isn't that. As I said, it's a very good game, but it's not a great game. And I also said on my Game Explainer review, if this had co-op, that would take it to be a great game or a fantastic game, because the combat system is just so good and it's just begging for co-op. So, yeah. Now, what was I doing here? I'm kind of getting a bit lost. I just want to make sure my voice, because my main character has a really annoying voice. Voice, yes. Like, yeah, cool. We'll go with that one. Oh wait, what was it? That was Gal or Somber. Vocation. Now I think I'm gonna play as an archer or a thief. No, we'll play as an archer. I'm a masculine beastron. Yes, base head. Yeah, cool. We've done all that. I'm an archer, somber soldier. Finalize. I'm 26 now because I'm old. I'm not actually old, but. Moniker. Oh, cool. And we'll just call him. No, yeah, we'll just call him Adam. Very boring, but we'll just call him Adam. Yeah, I don't know. Again, like, there just seems to be some fucking stupid console wars going on over this game, as there always is. Oh, it runs like this on the Series X, it runs like this on the PS5. It's like, just fuck off, would you? Just fuck off. But, no, it generally runs well. The performance wasn't an issue for me, personally. And I have sort of come around to 30 FPS a bit more since playing Rebirth, as I've said. Oh yeah, well, see, that's the thing, High Point, is that the reason why I got so big into frame rates is because back in the day I used to watch a lot of Total Biscuit. And now, obviously, playing on a monitor, closer, you notice frame rate more. If the FOV is too narrow, you might get motion sick. Now, I personally don't, but I can understand that some people do. And that's what Total Biscuit was like. He said he physically cannot play a game at 30 FPS, and when PC games didn't have FOV sliders, he would get motion sick, so he couldn't play them. So that's why I am so sensitive to all of to frame rate. But I'm coming around on it now that 30 FPS isn't as bad if the frame pacing is good, which in this case, I do think the frame pacing is good. For Rebirth, anyway. I think the frame pacing on this game is pretty good. But it's just like, it's this annoying stuff where you're out in the open world and like, say you're looking at 4 enemies and it's clearly running at like 30 FPS, and then you look up at the sky and it's running smoother, and then you look down and it's just, that transition is annoying. They should have just locked it at 30 FPS. I don't know why they didn't do that. Again, maybe in the future, I said this again on my Game Explain review, maybe in the future, when we have a PS5 Pro, it might be able to make use of that extra power to take it to 60 FPS, but again, we can't be, you know, reliant on that. So this is like the opening sequence. I like that this game, the opening is a lot faster. There's a lot less sort of crap to get through to get into the meat of the game. But it actually, like, you don't need to start a new character, because you can change vocations at any time, and you'll have enough of the points, I forget what they're called, disciple points or something, to upgrade the to buy all the upgrades and stuff. So you don't need to make a new character to like re-roll and all that, unless like you really want to like start a different play as one of the beastrons instead of the humans or something. But it's just the fact that I have to, since this is sort of like the embargo, like I have to start from a new game, which is totally fair. I understand not wanting people to be like streaming from 30 plus hours into the game. So yeah, I'm gonna specifically stick to like the thief stuff, because I haven't really dabbled in this so far. I wasn't paying attention there. Oh, I have to drop it over here, do I?
A job well
yes.
Done.
Oh no, some stuff is happening.
What is this commotion? Perhaps we ought to investigate.
But I think the game, I think this game does certain things like really, really well. Like I think its approach to quest design and how you're given quests and how obtuse the game is, and most of the time it being obtuse is actually good, whereas I think in Dark Arisen it being obtuse actually hurt the game more. So I think they kind of like smooth out the edges, but while still giving us enough while still making it feel like it's still open and not holding your hand. So now, where's my bow? Cool, yeah, I'm just gonna skip this. Okay, so the archery is pretty good. I personally preferred how they did the archery in the original one. I don't know, it just felt like it was less about aiming and more about movement and all that. But eventually the archer gets some like cool abilities where like I can jump and kick off the enemy and use that as like a way to make some distance. Boulders, barrels, and was there something I could pick up? Let's see. Yeah, here's a boulder. Oh yeah, the boulder deals damage. Let's throw a barrel at him.
When delivering targeted strikes, I would recommend clinging to your foe.
See, I don't know if it's worth my while clinging to him. I don't know if I can do much. Okay, cool. I'm just, these are just sort of inconsequential cutscenes for now. To be honest, well, no, I won't say that about all of it, but a lot of it is rather inconsequential. The story. What is it actually? Let's see. What's it sitting at on Metacritic? Again, I don't really like scores, but I think Metacritic is like, it's a good talking point at the very least. So it's at 87. I'm a bit lower on it. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10, give or take. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You! Get back here! This way or is it?
Run!
Come this way.
And then one of my... I don't think I even brought... I can't remember if I brought this up in my Game Explain review discussion, but one thing that kind of annoys me about this game is the lack of enemy variety. There's... Let me see. There's a couple of big enemies that you fight. You know, like griffins and ogres and trolls and all that. And then, like, the small enemies are, like, goblins. A bigger goblin. Saurians, which are, like, these lizards. A different variant of saurians. Wolves. Dire wolves. Like, it's all... There really isn't that many enemies in the game. Like, enemy types, which I think is, kind of disappointing. And I kind of wish there was more. How many hours is the game, roughly? So, Alex... I'm sure I've seen some people say that you could beat this game. Like, they've put 60 hours in during the review period. I put about 30, and I'm currently at the... Right at the point where it's like, if you go, like, you talk to an NPC, it's like, oh, you better, you know, you won't be able to return. So it's obviously the point of no return. But, like, there's still loads that I haven't done. And how the game gives you quests is that you can actually miss out on a lot of quests. It's not like you go into a town and there's 6 different exclamation points so you know where the quests are. You could go into a town and probably get 6 quests. And I could go into that town and get 0 quests. So there's like loads of side stuff that I definitely haven't done. But like I'm 30 hours in and I'm at that point now. But I don't want to finish the game. There's still parts of the map I haven't explored. There's still a couple of quests in my quest log that I haven't done. And just how the game sort of like... It would be like, oh, go to this town, and then you'll say get 2 quests in that town. And if you say pass 10 or 15 days and then go back to the town, something might have happened in that town that will give you more quests. So it's not like you just go in, there's a handful of quests, and then you leave, and then you're done with that town. So there's loads of stuff. So I'd say at the very minimum, it's like a 25-hour long game, but I'm sure you could push it to 50, 60, 70 hours if you're doing a lot of the side content. I did do a lot of the side content, or any of the side content that I came across anyway. So, yeah, I'd say at the very least about 30 hours. The map isn't overly large, and I think that's a good thing, because I have a mental, like, image of, oh, this is that area on the map. Oh, I remember this where this tower is, or I remember this where this blah, blah, blah is. So, I'll always prefer to have a smaller map that I can actually know. Sluggish. The combat doesn't feel sluggish. It's on the slower side. I think if Monster Hunter is sluggish combat, which I believe Monster Hunter is sluggish, it's faster and more fluid than Monster Hunter, but not as fast as like a spectacle fighter or a character action game. It's definitely a bit more weighty. It's kind of like maybe a bit like Dark Souls, like similar-ish to Dark Souls, where there is weight behind all your swings, especially when you're using like the big two-handed warrior. There's loads of weight to your swings. But then if you're playing like a slower or a faster character, like, I currently have this thing on my main called, a Mystic Spear Hand or something. So he uses spears, and he's, like, flipping and doing all these mad spins, and he feels a lot faster.
But I will not perish. There is a stone not far from here, known as a rift stone. Pray, seek it out.
It's just a 2012 non-impactful combat, I agree, not my favorite. Yeah, like, the combat in the original was fine, but not amazing. Like, just the feel of it. The combat in the original felt way more clunky than it is now. But this still has the weight to it.
What happened here? Was it you then? The one who was riding on its back? It is a
Yep, cool. Alright, Grant. Let's go. Whoa, I got a trophy. Unfortunately, I have to play this on a secondary account. So any progress that I make on this doesn't matter. So, like, see, it's hard. It's hard, obviously, for frame rate to come through YouTube, because A, I'm live streaming it, and, you know, I am live streaming at 1080 60, but still, very difficult to notice frame rate properly on YouTube. But, like, you can see it's pretty smooth, but, like, when you look up at the sky, I don't know if that's going to come true. Like, there's just a massive difference, and then you look down, and then it slowly gets slower down to sort of 30 FPS, and that's why I much would have preferred if they just decided, okay, we're going to make this game 30 FPS and just lock it. Or even just give us the option.
I'll not force you to receive treatment, but I'd at least like a word.
I'm not going anywhere. See, because I think the weight of the weight and like how the characters feel works well because it is a very like physics-based game where like, you know, you can roll a rock down a mountain and kill somebody, or you can pick up a barrel and throw it at them, or I think he might be dead. You can do this. And like your stats, depending, I'm pretty sure like how tall you are, how heavy you are, and how heavy the enemy is, I think that like affects how far you can throw them and things like that. So it's very physics based, and it does feel quite heavy. But when you're like a melee character, say with a big two-handed sword, and you're on a rock and you're fighting like a troll, and you jump off and do a big massive swing down on them, it feels really, really good. Yeah, Rise of the Ronin, I'm gonna wait for reviews. It was my birthday yesterday, so like I'm kind of, you know, you get a bit of birthday money and all that, so I'm kind of like looking at what game to get. So Rise of the Ronin does have me intrigued because it's completely online co-op, which I think could be really fun. Thank you, Alex. But I think it could be really fun, and thank you, High Point. I appreciate that, but I think it could be really fun as a like a co-op game, because I enjoyed playing a bit of Neo in co-op. I think I played it with my brother, did I? On PC? I can't remember, but I definitely played some Neo co-op. Did I? I think I did. And they have like a normal approach to co-op. That like you could just spawn into somebody's world and you don't have to put down a fucking summon sign and get through it that way and all that. So yeah, there's a bit more there. Like, to me, it looks like if you took Ghost of Tsushima and gave it a kind of Souls-like-ish combat and then put it in an open world, and yeah, it looks pretty fun.
Pawns have long awaited your arrival.
What is this? Pawns. They bend the knee to you so readily, but then... No. Surely you cannot be the Arisen.
I also like how realistic the characters look. Like, that warrior just looks like a normal English lad.
Pray. Come this way.
Like, he really, really does. He just looks like he could be some English lad that's going down to the pub to watch a Liverpool match. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, cool. We'll get a Rift Stone and we'll make our pawn. So I'm just gonna choose a preset again. We'll go with I'm gonna make a warrior guy. We'll stick with this dude. He looks like a strong warrior, so we'll go with him. And we'll just make him a sword and board warrior, because I think that would be word thing. You can change the nature of the character too. Kind-hearted, favors balance, clever tactics. Yeah, we'll just go straight forward.
The people here are evacuated.
Yes, and also, like, I found, like, the pawn system is really cool. We could talk about the pawn system a bit more as I go along. We will call him, we'll call him John. The most boring name ever. We'll call him John. And we'll give him the moniker of Zalman. How was the original Alone in the Dark screen? Well, High Point. First of all, the game runs, which is way better than the 2008 game. Second of all, it's a very cool game in how it's laid out. It's extremely influential, first of all. It's actually kind of fun. Turns out I was like 50 or 60% through it. So I had a great time, to be honest. And did you see in Alone in the Dark, you can buy a skin that turns like David Harbour's character into like the model of the original character from Alone in the Dark. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, cool. All right. I know what I'm doing. Apologies for skipping through all this, but I mean, I wouldn't be coming to this game for the story or anything, personally. Now, yeah, like it's crazy how that game runs fine, but then a game from 2008 doesn't run. Like, it literally just doesn't run full stop.
You should stop by the inn in Mel.
Yep, cool. I know all this. Okay, so I don't have any armor.
pa always used to say.
I'll rest
Stop by the
till
Melv if you get
till
the
morning
chance.
anyway, and we'll go through. I'll be able to show you some actual exploration and combat, and eventually some upgrading and stuff. So there are some like chests and items around here, and I wonder if there is any armor hidden in chests around here, because you will find a lot of stuff in this game as you're exploring. Loads of different items and upgrade materials and
We've had to start sending
yeah, cool.
Lachlan.
So there, like, as you can see now, I'm skipping all this dialogue, but as you can see, like, I was just walking, and then, like, an NPC talks to me. It's not like he has a quest marker above his head. So, yes, I really like it. And then also, like, if, and this is another thing, as you can see, that quest is timed. If I don't do this in time, I don't know how long. It could be, like, if I rest till morning time, he'll be dead. And then I can't complete the quest, which is, again, another cool thing about this game. I believe... No, I thought there was a ring here. And I really like the graphics. The graphics are great. It's sort of this very muted... I don't know if I'd call it dark fantasy, but like a muted fantasy rather than like high fantasy that is sort of Elden Ring or... But yeah, you'd call... Yeah, because Elden Ring's kind of a bit more fantastical, I guess. This is a bit more gritty and real, if you want to say that. Okay, let's go save this fecker. But yeah, the pawn system is absolutely brilliant. And I'm going to keep saying it, but this game is just begging for online co-op. Because I was fighting this big monster, okay? On my main save. Big monster. And I jumped. And I was like, I'm either going to land with 1 health or die. And it was just a risk I was willing to take. But I had a warrior pawn in my party. And they ran over and caught me. And then I didn't take any damage. And I was like... That is so cool. And this guy... No, I always thought this guy was a pawn. Okay. Again, he's going to give me another quest. I know what quest he's going to give me. So, like, you randomly, like... Is this a pawn? Yes. And now we can hire him. And he's somebody else's character in another world. And now he's part of my party. Which, again, is really cool. Another really, really cool thing, I'm going to keep saying cool, is that if this pawn had done whatever quest I'm doing before... He will tell me, be like, oh, beyond the rift, I have done this quest. Follow me, I know where to go. And that's just cool.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
I'd say we collect as much as we can carry.
No, just let me, Now... I personally, I don't know, to be honest, I messed around with archery on my first save. How was the performance? Welcome you there. So, I would prefer if this game was locked to 30 FPS. Almost always, it is 30 FPS, but sometimes it does drop below 30 when there's a lot going on. And I just hate, like, I personally hate this. Like, I was showing this at the start of the stream. I look up at the sky, like, that is borderline 60 FPS, give or take. Like, I can't really tell, you know. I'm no Digital Foundry. I don't have any official stats. I'm on PS5 as well. So that's, like, borderline 60 FPS, or at least a high end. And now you scroll down and you can see, like, the game is, like, getting used to rendering all that. And I just lock it to 30 FPS. If you're going to do it, just lock it. It's perfectly playable. I didn't even bring up the performance on my main review that I did for Game Explain. We spoke about it, but it was never really an issue. I'm about 5 hours into Dark Souls 2 now. I'm going to play more later, but I just want to say, and I can't stress this enough, you are objectively wrong if you think, no. Alex. I totally understand that Dark Souls 2 is not the best Dark Souls, but it is my favorite Dark Souls. Plus, wait until you do the DLC. The DLC in Dark Souls 2, very, very good. I actually wonder if I got like a party of all warriors or all archers, how that would work out. And then look, they randomly look for high fives as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be turned off by the performance unless you are really, really sensitive to 30 FPS.
You saved me this time.
Okay, cool.
I'd best be heading.
Why is it my favorite? So, Dark Souls 1 was the first Dark Souls I ever played, but I played it in 2011, so I was 13, and, you know, I put like 80 hours in and barely even scratched the surface because, like, that was my first time ever playing a game like that, and it was just too hard for me. And then Dark Souls 2 came out, and I got that. I believe it came out around my birthday, like around this time in 2014, maybe? Does that be right for Dark Souls 2? And it was the first Souls game that I ever beat, which is obviously a big reason why I love it. And then when Scholar of the First Sin came out, it fixed a lot of the issues with the game. The DLC is fantastic. Majula is one of my favorite hubs of any game ever made. And it was, I don't know, it's just the first Dark Souls that I properly got into. And I got into the builds, and I was trying out different builds. I was playing, like, I think I've played that game for well over 300 or 400 hours. So I know it like the back of my hand. And I just love it. I can see that it's not the best one. I totally understand Dark Souls 2 was nowhere near the best one. But I just really like it. Okay, let's buy some armor. Now, unfortunately, when you buy this starting armor, like, look, I look like an absolute spanner. Look at that feckin' hat. I don't want chainmail. I want, do I have enough? No, I actually don't. Just give me trousers at least. That's all I want.
I find goods for sale. Always a pleasure.
Okay, there we go. I now have trousers, so I'm not walking around in a skirt. But yeah, I don't know. There's just certain games that you just love, and you know, I can sit here, like, I'm never gonna defend Dark Souls 2. It is the weakest, like, if you're looking at it, you know, in air quotes on an objective scale, it is the weakest, but I still just love it. See, I just want to unlock the magic archer. And I don't know how you do it, to be honest.
I don't suppose begging for a reprieve would get us far with one of its lot.
And then one thing this game does absolutely brilliantly is it has that Breath of the Wild, Elden Ring kind of, you're in the world and you are just immersed in it, and you're exploring, you're finding random caves. Sometimes the caves might only have like a couple of resources in them, but you're always kind of on the lookout for the next thing, and the game kind of naturally leads you to stuff, which I think is a very difficult thing to do, like when designing a game. Like, just so many games get it wrong, or so many games don't even bother trying to do it. So yeah, I thought there was a ladder up there. There was on my other playthrough. Oh, it's a bit weird. Maybe that's put in later or something. But yeah, I'm going to do a full review when I beat the game for my channel. I want to give it more time. I want to use a couple more of the vocations, the later ones that you unlock, and actually talk about, you know, the ending. Well, maybe not the ending, like, of the story. I just mean how it concludes, and is there any cool sort of sequences that you get in the ending, or blah. Apparently the New Game Plus isn't great. I read a tweet, now I don't know how true it is. Apparently New Game Plus doesn't scale. So you restart the game with like all your high-end gear and stuff, but like these goblins will be like a one-hit kill. Now eventually, when I get to the first main town, I will be able to upgrade my vocation, and you get new abilities and all sorts. And there's like passive abilities that you unlock in vocations that you can then equip across other vocations. You can't equip abilities across vocations, but you can equip, or like active abilities. You can only equip passive abilities across vocations. Oh no, I think Alex, this is the stream. Just ask away. We'll just have conversations about games. So sorry for going off topic, but when do you reckon the next 3D Mario will release? Don't know why that question was on my brain. I genuinely have absolutely no idea. I would like to think that the next Mario game will be a launch title for the Switch 2, but I think it all depends on what the launch titles are, because I think there's a chance that, say, the Switch 2's launch titles are maybe Pokemon, but I don't know if I can see that, because I would like to think Pokemon will be a Switch 2 launch title, the Pokemon Legends ZA. But I said ZA, that's weird, ZA. But maybe not, because there's no history of that. And then I'm thinking, is Metroid Prime 4 going to be a cross-gen game? I think it will be. So do they want to launch with a Mario? I really don't know. Maybe. I think there's a big, long, roundabout way of me saying Mario, I believe the next 3D Mario will be either a launch title for the Switch 2, or it will come out in, say, similar to Mario Odyssey 1 of, you know, like the October or whatever of the year that the Switch 2 comes out, which seems to be next year, which I predicted on Jake's stream, everybody. I'm a genius. Jake is not. I hope he's watching. I don't think he is. Anyone know why my ExpressVPN connect to Oz when I connect to New Zealand? Zach, firstly, welcome to the stream, but secondly, no, I've never used a VPN, so unfortunately, I have no idea. Now, if a VPN ever wants to sponsor my channel, you know, Nord, ExpressVPN, you sponsor a lot of people. I understand my channel is small, but I will take your money, please, and I will tell you all about ExpressVPN and how good it is or how bad it is. I don't know, but yeah, I've no idea. What are you trying to connect to the Australia/New Zealand for? Because if you're on Xbox, you don't have to have a VPN to download games on New Zealand time. You just need to change the region of your account, and that's it. Or your console even, and it's very easily done.
Behold the state of the village.
And Mario Wonder is, yes, Mario Wonder is fucking amazing. It's my favorite 2D Mario game ever made, without a shadow of a doubt. I have not. Steam, bro. Yeah, I've no idea. No idea. You're a PC gamer. I don't know what's the... Zach, have you looked into the PC performance of the game? I really don't know what it's like. I'm playing it on PS5. But I thought I saw a tweet where it said, like, it was their base sort of build, but I don't know how true that is. Oh, Rise of the Ronin reviews are out. Let's see. What's the Metacritic? Currently 75%. Okay. Yeah, I'd say just by judging by the headlines of all the previews and stuff, that's what I was, you know, roughly expecting, to be honest. Oh, we got a dragon. Okay, now as you can expect, this is a losing fight. As this is a big boy dragon. But this is where the game is at its best, when you're fighting these big boys. I personally... obviously, you know, it's up to the individual, but I wouldn't call Dragon's Dogma 2 a wait for sale game. I think this game is well worth the money. It's not by no means perfect, by no means like an absolutely fantastic game. It is great, or very good, but not fantastic. But like I wouldn't consider this a wait for sale game personally. I would recommend if you are interested to buy it. I think it is. But Capcom games do usually go on sale relatively quickly. Rise of the Ronin, I would imagine, would also go on sale relatively quickly as well. I'm pretty sure them sort of Team Ninja games, even though that is being published by Sony, isn't it? Or is it just a timed exclusive? Rise of the Ronin, Team Ninja. Is it being published by Sony? Yeah, it is being published by Sony. It's developed by... well, it's developed by Team Ninja. Oh, they're owned by Koei Tecmo. Okay. So Koei Tecmo aren't publishing it, but Sony are. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, no, I'm burned. Okay, cool. There, I'm burned. That's how you become the Arisen. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna skip all this. The story genuinely is... Yeah, I can't. Yep, cool. Basically what happens there, you die, you wake up, you don't know what's happening. Yes.
Remember? You withstood the fire in my stead and were well, and I had thought your life forfeit.
No, I'm not saying I'm skipping to avoid spoilers. I'm skipping because the story isn't anything. It really isn't. Not that I think it's a bad thing, as I said. I'm kind of happy, to be honest. Yep. Have I played Tekken 8 yet? Yes, I have, Alex. So I got a code for it, and I wanted to do one of them like casual reviews that I did last year, but I just never got around to it. I played a fair bit. Now, by a fair bit, I mean 5 or 10 hours online, and I really enjoyed it. If I was to ever get into a fighting game, it would be Tekken 8. That game clicked with me more than Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat 1, both games that I actually love. And Street Fighter is the series that I have the most history with. So I'm surprised that is the one that I felt like I could really get into. Tekken 8. I was a completely bang average Jin player, but I knew a couple of combos and I was winning a couple of games online. So I was pretty happy. I didn't play the story. I played like a bit of the story, and the cutscenes are absolutely nuts, and I had a great... They're just hilarious. How over the top and anime they were. Okay, I need to buy this for this girl.
Always a pleasure. The recipient awaits, Master.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit?
There you go.
I haven't much to offer in
Yeah, I've heard from many people that Tekken is the most complicated of the fighters because of just not only is it like it's a 3-dimensional fighter, so you can move into the foreground and background, which obviously adds just a complete other dimension, and the combos are absolutely insane.
Very well, but I shan't take up any more.
The Maester's teaching, cool.
I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me.
Well,
Do you need something?
I thought I wouldn't be able to play Tekken. And I believe if I could play Tekken, then most people could probably play Tekken, because I'm an idiot when it comes to fighting games. Okay, let's see. Sweep shot. So that's an AoE. Dire arrow fires a devastating arrow that knocks down smaller targets. Okay. Keen sight. Oh, I don't think that's much use. Exploding. Fires a loaded arrow that adheres to foes or terrain. The arrow will burst when attacked or after time. Cannot. Okay, cool. I think that's one that we need. So I'll put you on triangle. I mean, I guess I'll buy both of them, won't I? Sweep shot will be the X. Oh, I don't have enough to buy the rest. And here's like the core skills that I kind of wish I bought. I really should have. And here's the other vocations. You can change them at any time. Here's John, my good man John. Shield summons. Third strike. What is third strike? I can picture it. Fighting games are a big blind spot for me. Oh, that's Street Fighter. That's fucking Street Fighter, isn't it? Street Fighter 3. Sorry. Yeah. I knew it.
a ladder here.
After you.
I was pretty good at
We may benefit from pursuing
Street Fighter 4 on the 3DS. I was pretty decent at that.
Mayhaps it's time I went looking for him. Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. Wait, this is a brave fool.
How am I Norbert?
I'm not afraid. So I thought, please.
This lad's brother is human.
Many thanks.
So here's another quest again. Like if I don't go out to the woods and help him,
Show you the way. Just
then
be alert.
he dies.
I need you to watch over me. Right.
Our aid is required,
So I could just like not follow him, and then his brother might actually die. But we'll do the quest because I want to use all my. Wait, exploding shot. Oh wait, are they the arrows that I have to? Oh feck. Oh, that's gonna be really annoying. Like really annoying. Oh no.
First and foremost, my thanks. Are you ready to very
I need time. We won't go to the capital yet. We'll do some side bits. Oh, that's okay. So in the original, that sort of exploding shot was an arrow. Yeah.
We could pick some.
So I'm just streaming now because the embargo lifted at 11. So I just decided to stream, and also I have stuff to do for Game Explain later, so I won't be able to stream later. So unfortunately, this is the best I can do. Sorry, pig.
Every master I've ever served.
I didn't even move. It's kind of a bit sad, isn't it?
One party I joined consisted only of ranged specialists.
Now there's a thought.
What does your work schedule look like for videos and games? It is all over the place. So, Alex, with Game Explain, it all just depends on if we get codes for something, or if we think a video, like if Andre is like, oh yeah, that video might do good. Like I'm constantly pitching stuff where I'm like, oh, I'm getting a code for this, or would you like this, or would you like that? And sometimes it's like, oh yeah, I think that video will do good. Other times like, nah, I don't think that video will do good. That's totally fine. So it's all over the place. It really depends. Like I could go, and especially the start of the year, the time is always a bit, or the freelance work is kind of a bit dry because there's not that much coming out, and then it picks up. But like it randomly goes from like, oh, 2 weeks I literally had nothing to do, and now in the past couple of feckin' weeks I've had, or the past week or two, I've had Kingdom Come Deliverance, I've had Dragon's Dogma, I've had what other stuff did I do? Beast Boy. There's just like, no, not Beast Boy, Berserk Boy, sorry. So there's just always, sometimes there's nothing, other times there's loads. And then for my channel, I'm just constantly working on it essentially. Like it's always going on, and like I'm always working towards the next video, or thinking about the next stream, or what game I'm going to review next, or, oh, this game is out in 3 weeks. Like I'm thinking, like before Dragon's Dogma 2 came out, I was like, okay, I need to play Dragon's Dogma 1 so I can do a video beforehand. So that was my plan for Dragon's Dogma. I didn't end up doing a video, I just streamed it, but one of my streams got like nearly 2,000 views, which is great. So, yeah, it's just all over the place. And then I hopefully, once again, I've told you, but I have a potentially very, 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 very exciting opportunity coming up. That hopefully will be launching soon-ish. So we'll see where that goes, and obviously I'll let you know when it happens. Would you ever apply for IGN or that? I wouldn't be against it, but I don't know. Like, you know, I'm not a journalist, if you get me. So that's not really what I want to do. Like, I want to review games is essentially what I want to do. And I mean, I'd also like to like do video essays. Like, they're the sorts of things that I want to do. So I don't really think that's what IGN wants. So, I mean, I wouldn't say no to working at IGN, but I don't think I'd go seeking it out anyway. It's a dream for this channel to be entirely sustainable without Game Explain stuff. Yes, of course. That is what I would like to do ideally. Obviously, that takes time and a bit of luck and a lot of effort. Maybe one day it will happen. Maybe it won't. But just have to keep trying. I'm very persistent. So, yeah. Yeah, so it all just really depends. Like, I'm sure, like to be honest, I got very lucky with Game Explained that I found a place that is relatively regular sort of freelance work, because there's loads of people that do like they're freelancers like me, but you know, they don't have that one place that's sort of somewhat regular, so they're always pitching to like loads of random things, and like it's, you know, obviously it's stressful enough when you don't really know what, like, when your next video will be, but it's just part of it. But ideally, one day my channel will be what I can use to sustain myself. I don't want anything fancy, like, I just want a place that, like, I can make the videos I want to make, and ideally make like a couple of €1,000 a month. I don't, you know, I'm not looking for tens of thousands, just a couple of thousand, just so I can live. So that's the dream. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, I've learned a lot of skills doing all this so far, so if it dries up or something never comes of it, you know, I have skills. I have skills that I've learned, like editing and writing and voicing and all this stuff that hopefully will be useful. Also, I think if I ever did have to sort of go back to normal work in brackets, I think having the YouTube channel and freelance and stuff would be like a really good thing to have for interviews, where like I think if I put in, like, imagine I was just going for like a normal job where I use my degree for economics, and they're like, oh, well, we see you've been doing this for the past couple of years, like, tell us what that is. Because how many people are going to come into an interview and they'd be like, yeah, I've been running a YouTube channel and freelancing for the past 3 years or whatever. Not that many people will have that in their locker. So it'd definitely be an interesting thing to talk about in an interview. Persistent and patient, good quality. Yes, well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you have to be... Now, like, you know, it all depends on what you want from a YouTube channel. Like, if you want to grow a YouTube channel, you have to do it. Like, you have to sort of think of it differently. But if you don't want to, and you just want to do a YouTube channel on the side because you find it fun as like a creative outlet or whatever, like, then, you know, just make whatever videos you want. But I think if you want to, hopefully one day, turn it into sort of your main source of income, you kind of have to think about it a bit differently. And if you got discouraged for every single upload that went up and got 100 views when you were expecting it to get 1,000 views, then you probably won't last very long, unfortunately.
It was a near thing. I think I'll be all... Save your thanks, Nook. From where I'm standing, anyway, the sooner the better. You're here now.
Yeah, cool. You can... now, if I remember correctly, do I have to escort these feckers home? Oh, I do. There's 2 of you. I shouldn't have to escort you. But thank you, High Point. I hope. It's just, you're just kind of... I'm at the point where I need to learn what I'm doing right and hone in on it, because I am doing some things right, where, like, I can get videos to like a couple of thousand views and I'm like, oh, that's really good. But it's really hard to identify what I'm doing, you know? Like, it's really, really hard to identify what I'm doing. So maybe when I hone in, because I think last year I honed in on sort of the review things, and obviously, like, it worked out. Like, my channel has grown, and I'm getting views on videos and stuff, but I need to kind of figure out exactly what I'm doing right. And then maybe, hopefully, one day, you know, that video happens where it's like, oh, this video got like 500,000 views, and that kind of launches you. Because, like what people don't see is that, like, I'm looking at people like Skill Up. Obviously, he will be sort of him and ACG are kind of like what my channel wants to be in terms of being an independent reviewer. And, like, you're looking at them channels and, like, both of them have over 1 million subscribers now. But I'm sure Skill Up and ACG were both doing stuff with similar results to me for years upon years, and then eventually they caught traction. So they just kind of have to wait, hope it happens. Just keep trying to improve, keep consistent. I think being reliable is another thing where people, I think that is a massive thing, where that's why with this sort of live streams that I'm doing, I'm I kind of set a goal. Now, I've already sort of moved around the goal because I realize I don't think it's possible with all the embargoes and stuff and how sporadic the work can be for Game Explain and all that, that sometimes it just comes and you just kind of have to do it. So I still want to stick to this 3 times a week and hopefully start at 5:30 my time. So like 5.5 hours from now, wherever you are, and just keep to that sort of consistency, because I think when people can rely, it's like, oh, I know 3 times a week Adam will be live at 5, at 5:30, and I know when a big game comes out, he'll more than likely have a review out within a week. So, like, you kind of have to keep that reliability, especially as a reviewer, because you need reliability as a reviewer, because there's more riding on it than just entertainment, if you get me.
Wonder why I don't follow him. So long as he stays away from that forest.
How did your Final Fantasy 16 video blow up so much? Well, I think I know why that blew up. So, Final Fantasy just seems to be a series that does well. I mean, the video is called Final Fantasy 16 is disappointing, and then the thumbnail is why I gave up with sad face on Clive. So that's obviously sort of a, oh, this lad's a hater kind of a thing, and I'm not a hater. Like I think I was completely level-headed in that video, and so like I think that video did well because it was a negative. It was an overwhelmingly negative video, you know, and I think people either want overwhelmingly positive, but they more often want overwhelmingly negative views on games, and that's why it blew up. And unfortunately, sometimes you're going to review a game. I'm going to get a game that comes across my lap that I've never played before. I'm going to play it. I'm going to enjoy it. And sometimes games don't have that massive headline. Sometimes the game is just great, and it's good, or it's bad, or it's middling, and that means you can't come up with a title like that. Like, I can't, like, if I wanted to do it, not that I would, because A, I have integrity, and I also wouldn't like to do this. If I wanted to grow the channel, I would have then not should have, because I wouldn't trust anybody that does this. And there are people that do this, by the way, a lot of YouTubers that do this, that they would have seen, oh, Final Fantasy 16 is disappointing. That video did really well, and it did. And then they'd hone in on that. And they'd be like, this game sucks. This game is disappointing. And then that's all they would talk about. And then their channel would become completely negative, and they would get views, and they would grow, but they only grow because people are hating on them, not because people actually care about their opinion. And that's why I didn't do it. And sometimes games aren't, they don't have that headline, and that's just how it is. And that's why I have to sort of think of almost different ways to package videos, which is what I'm trying to do. And it's working, and hopefully the formula will click one day. Because like my Rebirth review got like 2,500 views. Like, that's, you know, it's not the same as my 16 review, but I'm still very, very happy with that. And what I did there was, like, I tried to turn the negative side of the Final Fantasy 16 video and put it positive. Like, I love Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, which I do, but it has problems. So then that, but it has problems is the thing that gets people in. So, you know, I think my Dragon's Dogma 2, sorry to be talking about YouTube, it's just when the questions come up. Like, with my Dragon's Dogma 2 video, like, I'm already obviously thinking about different titles for it, and well, yeah, I need to actually buy a load of these explosive arrows, I think, don't I? Like, I'm already thinking of the titles of, like, you know, something along the lines of, like Dragon's Dogma 2 is very good, but it's not great. Or, I really like Dragon's Dogma 2, but I don't agree with the 87 rate. Or, you know, something like, you know, yeah, you have to. Oh, cool. So you have to figure out ways to kind of entice people to come in. Polarizing opinion that streamers can farm content on can really push views. Yeah, it can, High Point, but that's like I'd like to think, and I mean, obviously everyone that watches are the judges, but like, I would like to think that people watch my channel because I am authentic, Like, I'm not here screaming. I'm not here screaming on streams about how this game is bad or how this game is over or great, or I'm not here like doing all these crazy reactions to stuff, and my reviews are, I'd like to think, pretty well thought out and also level-headed, which is what I want them to be. And I'd like to think that people come to my channel for that. And unfortunately, I do think that that is a slow way to grow. But eventually, it can work. Because I think if you look at ACG, Mr. Matty Plays, Skill Up, they're all level-headed people. They're not screaming down their mics. And people come to their opinion on the news or the industry or games because they trust them and they're level-headed and they make fair reviews. And that's what I want to do. And unfortunately, I do think that is a slow way to grow, but hopefully it will work out. Now, what am I doing here? Let's actually go do some quests. Throw a jar of poison into the saurian nest. Do I have poison? I spoke to a guy who does COD rants, and he said he used to lose 10 subs whenever he did a positive video. Yep, that sounds about right. So, that's just exhausting. Like, I even said it. I think I said it on the Discord that... Let me just... Sorry, I'll just pause the game here. I just... While we're on this topic, I'll just click here. So, YouTube Studio. Let me scroll back. Because I think I said this on the Discord. I was like, oh, the channel's getting quite negative and I don't like it. Yeah, so it was... Yeah, okay. So it was... I changed my mind on Jedi Fallen Order, which was a relatively negative video. Please wait on buying Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Pretty negative video. I played Redfall, so you don't have to. Pretty negative video. I tried Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity in 2023. Again, a negative video. And then I talked about Tears of the Kingdom, which was positive. Lord of the Rings Gollum, which we know. Diablo 3, which I wasn't overly positive on that review. And then Street Fighter 6 was positive. Diablo 4 was positive. And then we had Final Fantasy 15 is a mess, which I do think it is. And then Final Fantasy 16 is disappointing. And around that time is when I think I said it on the thing. I was like, look, I don't like how negative the channel has gotten. So I want to try balancing out. Where I think other people would have just completely honed in on that. So that's just not what I want to do. Do you see much point in posting shorts? I really don't know, Fo. I think it's probably a positive thing to do if you want, but I just don't really like them. They're a good way to grow a channel anyway.
Well done, Master.
Channels have purposely locked themselves into any type of... Yeah, any one type. Yeah, exactly. And again, like, that's why I think, like, I'm obviously doing it the hard way, as in I'm not locking into a niche. I'm not only reviewing, say, PlayStation games or Nintendo games, but I just know that it wouldn't be sustainable for me if I was locked into only playing on one console or only playing one type of genre. That just isn't me, and I would have given up on the channel, even though it potentially might have grown bigger by now, but it's just not sustainable. Negative view poke holes in viewers' opinions, challenging it. Yeah, like, I just don't want to be overly negative. It's just not who I am, you know.
Good. Then let us be on our way.
I like shorts mindlessly. That's part of the reason why I don't do shorts, is that I use TikTok. The most addictive app ever, like unbelievably addictive, like ridiculous. And the problem is with TikTok is I watch a lot of creators on TikTok that I have watched 15, 20, 30, 40 plus of their videos, and I don't know their name. And I think that just shows how, like, sort of vapid shorts and TikTok is. And, like, it's a great way to grow a channel. It really is. But I don't know. And you also notice with the comments on shorts, obviously, and, you know, this, I wouldn't imagine this is... I haven't actually looked at the statistics, but I'd imagine the audience for shorts skews a lot younger. So, and not that I don't want young people on my channel. Like, I really don't care. I want people who are here to have a conversation about games. I don't want young people that are just there to just, I don't know. Like, remember, Alex, was anyone in the stream when I got raided? And again, I liked the raid, it was appreciated. But I got raided by a lot of kids that were like into Fortnite and Roblox. And I was like, and they were just continuing their own chat from the other stream in my stream. I was like, and I had to eventually just tell them, look, like, I appreciate you coming over, but you're just taking your chat over here, and like I don't want that basically. So I tried to say that as nice as nice as possible, because I didn't want to be mean because they were kids, but still I was like, come on, just have a bit of. Okay, that's Swift Knock is going to be a useful boy. Shield Bash. Oh yeah, like you can grow a channel super fast with shorts, like super fast. But like, I know, like I've seen some channels that like can get tens of thousands of subscribers from shorts, and then when they try to do something long form or show sort of do something a bit deeper, they just don't, like, the audience just don't translate. Now I'm sure you can translate the audiences, but it's gonna be harder for people that don't understand it. Like, I mean, a lot of us don't understand YouTube. It's a difficult beast. Yeah, and that is the one thing forward I'd say to anybody with a YouTube channel is just stick to a schedule. And it doesn't matter if that schedule is one video every 3 months, just stick to it. Because it just makes you better. And again, like, another thing about shorts is they grow the channel subscribers wise. But I've heard a lot of people say that subscribers really isn't much of a metric anymore. Like you can have YouTube channels that have 3 million subscribers and get 10,000 views on a video. Or you can have a channel that gets 2,500 subscribers and gets 1,000 views on a video. So what's better? Well, I mean, 10,000 views is still a lot, but you know what I mean. Yeah, well, there you go, Alex. See, Alex, you give me King K vibes or one of them where I think your channel is going to be one of them channels that you can just upload whenever you want and it will probably get views. So, I mean, it works. It works for King K. It works for all these sort of video essay people. So, I mean, if it works, it works.
The lawful ruler of vermin. So it has always been. To claim the title is to claim the throne. Yet not all claim. Our kingdom.
Okay, so these harpies are so annoying when you don't have a ranged person in your party. But now that I'm an archer, it's so much better.
Well, not to invite my mistrust on our journey.
Okay, let's use the explosive shot and see what happens. Oh, yes. See, and that's what I mean with this combat system. Like, that sort of almost physics kind of focus where I did that. And, like, I can douse them in oil and then the fire will deal more damage to them and stuff, so. Yeah, fuck you, Barrel. Did you see Stanimus? He has 2.94 million subs and gets like... Yeah, I mean, that's just what... I think eventually... See, that's another thing you have to realize with YouTube is that regardless of how big you are, you'll never be around for forever. At some point, it's going to fall. And that's just part of it. If my videos get 1 view, I'll be happy, not even joking. If I get 1 positive comment of someone saying how my video resonated with them. Yes. My favorite kind of comments on my videos are... One, I mean, I like if... someone is like, oh, like, your opinion swayed me to buy or not buy a game, which I think is obviously, as a reviewer, that's what the reviews are for. But also, I really like when people comment like, oh, I never thought about this part in that way. And I really like that point, or whatever you said made me think about this in a different light. And they're my favorite kind of comments on my videos. Or well, let's be honest, my favorite kinds of comments on my videos are the ones where people tell me that I'm playing games wrong. They're the best ones.
An arisen.
An arisen. Another pretender.
It is uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawn.
Yeah, well, there you go. Like, that's just his audience. Like,
I'm well aware of
There, like, I'm not saying you can't, and there's definitely examples of people that can transform shorts into long form viewers, and that can happen, but it's obviously very difficult. And it's almost like if you look at Xbox right now, like Xbox are training their people not to buy games, and that is just true because Game Pass. Like there's a reason why loads of games skip out on Xbox if it's not on Game Pass, because they just don't feel like they'll sell enough copies to warrant bringing the game over. So Xbox are training their audience not to buy games, whereas if you have build an audience mostly of people who consume shorts, then your audience are people who want to watch shorts. They don't want to watch long form content. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. Like there is, and like I've listened to YouTube gurus and stuff talk about it, but outside of that, it is going to be quite difficult. Are the deluxe pre-order bonuses worth it? I am Mo. Let me see what the deluxe Dragon's Dogma 2 deluxe pre-order bonuses. Let's see. Because this isn't the deluxe version. Okay, so you get weapons. I personally hate when games give me weapons at the start because they're usually way better than the weapons that you will get for maybe the first 10 hours of the game. So you're kind of missing out on part of the loop of leveling up and upgrading weapons. So I always hate that. So I would say no for that. And then the Ring of Assurance, I don't know what that is. I don't know what it does, but it's a ring. So probably not. They're only items. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't care. Oh, wait. No, there's more. Explorer's Camping Kit. Okay. That doesn't... Camping kits, not too big. 1,500 Rift Crystals. You'll find them as you explore. That's useless. Music and Sound Collection. I mean, if you want to change it. Awake Stone. Again, you get loads of them. Art of Metamorphosis. Edit the appearance of a pawn. I don't care. Harpy, change your pawn's inclination. Okay, no, they're not. They're not. They're all items I'm pretty sure that you can get in the game regardless. My favourite comment was how a 50-year-old that hadn't played games in years got back into them through my P4 video. He's watched it a few times. That is very cool. That's why games are really good as well. Yeah, whenever Xbox shows a game trailer on Twitter, when is it on Game Pass? They're just training their audience. And I mean, if they want to do that, that's fair. But, you just have to realise different audiences want different things. Yeah, the pre-order bonuses that are literally just in-game items that you can, I'm almost certain, find in the game regardless. I just find them useless. I mean, if you're gonna pre-order the game, pre-order it and you'll get the bonuses. But paying say an extra 10 or 15. The only thing I will pay extra money for is if they give me the games early, because they just have me by the balls with that one, with that pre-order bonus.
I'll go and open the chest.
Look, here's a camping kit. I am Mo. There's a modest camping kit. It's probably worse than the camping kit that you get, but I mean, I didn't find the camping kits, the difference in camping kits, to be much, if you get me. Okay, we're actually gonna rest. I think pre-ordering games. So, it depends, Alex. So, pre-ordering games for me was a couple of things. So, first, GameStop, before they shut down in Ireland, would only really get stock in for games that you pre-ordered. So, if I wanted a game, I'd more than likely have to pre-order it. And again, I have the channel, so, I use it. I'm a reviewer, so technically I am the person that is there to play the game and tell everyone about it. That is my job, if you want to put it in that. So, that was a bit different. I pre-order from Smiths because Smiths usually send the games a day early, so that's why I do that. And then another thing, now my internet now is really fast, but preloading a game is massive because, there's going to be people that have slow internet, and some of these games are 80, 90, 100 gigs, and that could take them 12 hours to download. So maybe they want to preload it so they could play it when they come home from work on the day, which is another reason. But in general, just wait for reviews and yeah. Or if you're one of them people who just want to make up your own mind, then just pre-order. I mean, if you waste your money, you just have to realise that there's always a chance that you'll end up wasting your money. Plus, I think it still happens, but we're in a good space where the majority of games come out in a relatively okay state. There was a couple of games last year, like Survivor, that was absolutely atrocious. But the majority of games do come out in an okay state. Some guy said I sound like Jim Browning. I don't know what that is. Jim Browning. Oh no, I do know him. I can't listen to. I can't hear his voice, but maybe. Yeah, and then, you know, I'll always blame it on the channel that I want the game early so I can get the video out sooner. But if I'm being honest, even if I didn't have the channel, I'd still probably, for the games that I really care about, I'd buy them early. I'd pay for the early access kind of thing. Because they just have me by the cojones. So weird going from playing on like a nearly finished save because you're just used to having so much more stamina and all that. But I was only saying, like, I've definitely retrained my brain. So, I mean, it's fairly easy to see from the channel last year. There was just a load of games that I bought and played like 8 hours of, and I just felt like I needed to play them. But this year, I just kind of went into the year. I was like, no, don't do that. Just take your time with games. Yes, you're gonna have to play them relatively fast because you're reviewing them, but just take your time. You don't have to play every game. You don't have to buy every game. And I think I've fixed my brain now, where Alone in the Dark came out yesterday. Last year, I would have bought that straight away. Now, I still plan on buying it because, well, my siblings got it for me for my birthday. Or, well, they sent me the money to buy it because I just wanted it digitally. So, like, usually, like, I would have already bought it, maybe played it for an hour, put it down, and then it's like, oh, I'll finish Dragon's Dogma now. But instead, I'm just going to finish Dragon's Dogma and wait until I'm done with it and then buy it. So I think I've fixed my brain a bit. Like, I didn't buy Persona 3, I didn't buy Infinite Wealth, I didn't buy... There was a lot of games I didn't buy, and then obviously, like, you know, I'm getting a code for this, or I got a code for this, should I say. I got a code for other games that I didn't have to buy, but still. Yes, I do... Actually, I'm not sure. I think doing the face cam is more work than just having gameplay footage. The only thing is that I'm still unsure on if the face cam helps or hinders my videos, because not that many reviewers use face cams in the reviews, and I wonder if there's a reason for that. So I think on some levels it might help with the engagement. On other levels, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. Because doing a face cam is more work. Because one, obviously, you have to set up a camera. You have to set up your lights and all that. But also, you have to do zooms and transitions. Whereas if you just have gameplay, you just flick from gameplay to gameplay to gameplay. So there's more work. And I think maybe it might be better for the channel. But again, I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, probably, but also, like, I wonder if people are coming to reviews to see a person's face, because not that many reviewers do it, so I really don't know. Yeah, see, because I'm trying to go for like my channel is a mixture of ACG, a mixture of Skill Up, a mixture of Luke Stevens, a mixture of Mr. Matty Plays. So like Skill Up used to do face cam, but he doesn't do it anymore. I don't think ACG ever did face cam. And then Mr. Matty Plays and Luke Stevens do exclusively face cam. So it can work. I just wonder what's better. I don't know. No, I'm going to ideally play the new Alone in the Dark in the next couple of days. I want to finish Dragon's Dogma. But like I'm at the stage with my main save of Dragon's Dogma where I'm at the like, oh, I can finish it, but I kind of don't want it. I want to go kill some optional bosses and do some more side quests and stuff. But Alex, you said you look like Justin Bieber. People will think you're Justin Bieber doing essays on SMT games, and then you'll blow up. And then I'd get everyone to comment on your videos, do a cover of Baby by Justin Bieber. Because I think that would, I think that's how your channel would blow up. I'm no YouTube expert, Alex, but I think that's pretty sound advice. And like the harpies, see the way they pick them up? Harpies literally can pick you up and just throw you off mountains. I've died a lot to harpies. I saw Alone in the Dark got like, you know, I think it's at like a 65 on Metacritic. But again, I was having a conversation with David, as I often do about games. And I don't want to be that guy, okay? But I genuinely think that when it comes to AA games, it's very difficult to take the opinion of mainstream gaming media. Because a lot of, I don't know. Now, I understand IGN might have a rubric that they have to score everything. But, like, I thought I heard that the Alone in the Dark review was, a lot of it was compared to Resident Evil 4, which I think is, like, when I review AA games, I try my best not to compare it to a game that it's like. And sometimes you can't avoid it. Like, I think I compared Banisher's Ghost of New Eden to God of War, but that's because it's literally a God of War game. Like, it literally is. But I also didn't say, like, oh, the facial animations aren't as good as God of War, so therefore it's bad. It's more, you just kind of have to go into AA games with a different expectation. And I think a lot of reviews sort of miss that, where they're comparing these AA games to their AAA counterparts, where they, I don't know, you know. I'd want to fully watch all of the reviews before I say something, but that's just my impression of some AA game reviews that I get, that I've watched. Wait, I do look like Justin Bieber. I'm monotone, 6 foot, addict gamer, Justin Bieber, not the same. Well, you know, maybe Alex, people might like that on the internet. I do like, yeah, you do like Justin Bieber. Now, Justin Bieber has some good songs, Alex, come on. What do you mean? Sorry, bangers. They're just bangers because they're the songs that were in the charts when I started going out to nightclubs and all that. So I have fond memories, even though I hate nightclubs now, but I had fun back then. Now, this was a part that was underwhelming. I will explain this. So one of the main things that I like, but also kind of think is a bit of a wasted potential with this game, is the environmental interaction with the combat. So here, look, let's see. If I can do this real quick. And hopefully, there we go. I washed him away. Took away half his health. Oh, I actually defeated him. So I think that, like, that is kind of cool, you know? But I just kind of feel like the game doesn't exactly use all of this sort of stuff to, or use it to their full potential, where a lot of fights you will not have anything to do with the environment. But then when it happens, it's like, oh god, that's cool. Like, here's another sort of like, oh yeah, like there's another environmental thing, but that doesn't happen that often. But when it happens, it's cool. I'm also potentially playing the most boring character. Yeah, but Alex, when you're a bit drunk and you're dancing. See, I love dancing. That's part. That was the main reason why I like nightclubs, because I like the boogie. So when you're slightly drunk and you're having a good time dancing, then yeah. And since I'm an absolute stud getting all the women as well with my dance moves. Don't forget that part. I say that as a man who's been in a relationship since he's been 17. There we go. I killed the ogre. Now this is when this is when you can either fast travel to the main capital or you can just keep exploring. And I fast traveled in my first playthrough, so now I'm actually just going to explore. I'm not going to use the ox cart, and we're just going to see what happens. Ah, Cristiano's here. Welcome. So I can talk to this ox cart guy and he will take me to the main capital. But I'm going to make my own way to the capital. Now the capital is all the way down here. But that looks like a longer journey than you would expect.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
One hopes these carts offer comfort commensurate to...
And like another cool moment, like I was on an ox cart, okay? So how ox carts work, there is like traditional fast travel in this game. But how the ox carts work is that you hire the ox cart and it only goes from one place to the next. Like you're not going to be... like you can't just say like go to an ox cart and go to any town. It only goes to one town and then you have to go from that town to the next town to the next town. But you can get attacked. And one time I got attacked by a load of zombies. And I was a big two-handed warrior. And I hopped out of the ox cart and started attacking and did a load of big massive swings and I broke the ox cart with my sword and then I couldn't fast travel anymore, so I had to do the rest on foot and it was pitch black in the middle of the night. So that's kind of like, they're the sort of cool water cooler moments, if you want to say that they're like the highs of the game that make it really good, but then there's also sort of lows that kind of drag it down a bit. Okay, so I haven't explored this part of the map on my main thing, so
The paths to victory are myriad. That strategy never would have occurred to me.
Unbelievable.
Well, quarterism.
Keep on like that and we'll be done here soon enough.
okay, let's use it. I haven't used this dire arrow much. Yeah, exactly like Red Dead 2. So it does. It has that sort of like, I don't know, would you call it analog? Like very, I don't know. I think is analog the right word I'm thinking of? Just very quaint or so. I don't know. I can't even think of the word. But you know what I mean? It's just the game is a lot slower and I don't. It's not a bad thing. I don't think the slowness of the game is a bad thing. Okay, let's use the dire arrow. Oh shit! Oh no! No, John is nearly dead. I'm also nearly dead. Sweep shot. Oh my god. Very difficult to... Don't tell me I'm going to die. No, we're not going to die. Just have to be a bit more accurate here. Get good, as the kids would say.
The product of heedlessness.
Fuck, everyone's dead. Useless. There... Oh, no. There we go. No, I don't have an audio interface. I could definitely see. There's parts of my setup that I could upgrade, as in like use, because I use this as a USB mic. I don't even use the what's the cord? What's that the big circly audio cord? Feck. I forget the name of that cord, but I don't even use that because you need like an audio interface for it, and it would make the audio better, but. Like, I think maybe on the streams there's probably a bigger echo, but when I'm editing, like, in post and all that, and sorting out my mic. I think it sounds pretty good. And unfortunately, I think just as you start, like, the more you start to complicate things, you know, it's just one more thing that you have to worry about in OBS, or one more thing breaking that you kind of have to factor in. Because, like, I always have it in the back of my head, like, okay, at any given time, one of my mics could break, my camera could break, my computer could break, and then I won't be able to make videos. So that's always in, like, the back of your head of sort of keeping a bit of money in case something goes wrong with your setup. And an audio interface and all that is just one more thing that can break that I just don't want to care about right now. Maybe sometime in the future, but it's just like, just another headache. Because I think the audio, like a USB mic, is perfect. It's perfectly fine for what I'm doing. Did you ever try Helldivers? Yes, I did. I've played maybe like 20 hours of it. Really, really fun. I streamed it when it came out, and then I played with my cousin, but we don't play very often because he just doesn't play that often. So, like, maybe once a week we hop on, we play an hour or two, and I think I'll just be doing that for quite a while, just dipping in and out. It's just such a fun game to play. It's unbelievable. Why are you pulling your weapon on me?
I've got wares of every ilk.
Let me sell some crap. Do I have a video on it? No, I don't. I really should have, considering how that game blew up, but... Oh, no, sorry, I do have a video on it. Sorry, I do. It's that Why These Games Don't Care About You video. It's just not solely dedicated to it. But yeah, I do have a video. Also, one thing that this game does really well as well is that the economy is actually pretty well balanced. Like, you will, like, even me near the end of the game on my main save, like, I have like a couple of 100,000 gold, but like that will buy me maybe 2 new weapons. So like, it's not like you just get to a stage where money is completely useless, which I really like, because I think that's something that a lot of games don't do right. Like, most RPGs after 10 or 15 hours, the economy is broken and money doesn't really mean anything. But it actually means something in this game. Yeah, let's do the dire arrow, see if I can knock one of these feckers off a mountain. And now... But yeah, like when it comes to Helldivers, I don't think Sony knew what they had on their hands. And also, the developer came out and said that all future updates will be free. And I wonder if Sony are fucking kicking themselves now. But Helldivers is like a game that is so nice. There we go. Oh, wait. Let me see, can I... Off the mountain you go. Like, this game is quite beautiful. The draw distance is impressive. Like, extremely impressive.
Our combined might is beyond any foe.
Now, I wonder if there's a town that I didn't discover on my first playthrough around here. Because again, that's probably like a load of quests that I missed out on. A couple of grapes and raspberries and all sorts. And then you can craft a lot of potions, which are extremely useful. Wait, can I make some dried fruit? Usually you can make dried fruit. I kind of forget what you need to create it. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, so you need ripened stuff. Yeah, that is one thing about Helldivers, is that you... After, like, difficulty level 3, maybe, you need to have, you need to invite other people in. Now, in saying that, I've played a lot of games with randoms and it was fine, mostly. Now, since the game is quite hardcore and you can just blow your mates up, you will get killed by your team a lot, but I think that's honestly part of the experience. It's quite funny. Ah! See, I've absolutely no idea about when people are off and all that, but yeah, thanks Alex. I hope you're feeling better soon. And I'll probably, I mean, I'll be streaming tomorrow, I would assume. What I'm streaming is a different question. It might be actually be Alone in the Dark. Maybe. If someone donates €10,000 right now, I will play Alone in the Dark tomorrow on stream. So you can all watch me be scared, but only 10,000. Only 10,000. But thank you, Alex. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Any ideas as to how we might reach it? Tis our first time in this place. We would do well to be wary.
If any creature dares ambush us, I shall be ready for them.
Okay. I found a random cave that I'd never discovered.
This boulder, if we work together.
A firm push is what's needed here.
And you just never know what you're going to find in these caves.
We ought to keep watch, lest we be set upon from behind.
Right. Speak up, should you notice.
Yeah, well, for one thing I would say about sort of focusing in on content reasons, obviously, you know, I think it's a good idea. But I would try to have a game or two that you have no plans of ever making content on. Because obviously, like, pretty much every single player game I play, I'm like, oh, I wonder, could I make content on this? But, like, a lot of multiplayer games, I play them, and then I do a quick review, and then, like, I don't have any other plans for content after that. Because, like, I did a review of Overwatch 2, I did a review of the finals, but, like, Rocket League I play pretty often. I go, like, some months I might play it, like, pretty much every day. Other months I don't, but, like, I play quite a bit of Rocket League, but Rocket League is, like, a completely, this is not for content game. So, because eventually you just fall into, like, that sort of, like, oh, everything's for content, and then you're, like, just, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's a weird spot. Oh my god, I just got absolutely destroyed. Oh, I managed to heal myself. Okay, I don't think I'm at the right level to be fighting these fuckers, but, you can chop these guys' tails off. I don't know if it just deals more damage or what. Okay, I'm leveling up very fast. Very, very fast. Now, hopefully we get a good item.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Yeah, that's fair. Should be getting back into my sports and gym, etc., which should be a break, but couldn't cause the laser eye surgery on today. Yeah, well, that's another thing. Obviously, doing things that aren't just games, etc. Like, obviously, I fall into that quite often, but if I can, and it's just, you know, it's hard to get people to do it, but, like, if I can, I try to play golf once a week, because it's just great, like, a way to just kind of get out and just not think about technology or look at a screen. Or I walk Arlo, like, at least an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, so that's sort of like my break from looking at screens. But the rest of the day, obviously, is if you're working at a computer, like, not only just sort of making videos or playing games, like, you're always going to be looking at a screen. So that's why I love golf so much.
There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take
Oh,
each
shit.
trial as it comes.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to fight this lad now. Do you know what? I really don't think I'm going to be strong enough for him, but... And the thing is, I can't really see. Oh, there he is. Oh, cool, because I, like, shot that into the fire. Okay, and we'll, yeah, I'm telling you, just, like... Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing. Obviously, we all need to earn money, and unfortunately, the majority of jobs are just looking at screens. But I think just trying to move a bit more or something and not look at a screen, because like everything we do is looking at a screen. Like if we're not playing games, we're watching something on YouTube, or watching a TV show, or we're working, we're looking at Excel, we're looking at emails. There's always something. So that's why I like to just go on walks. And then another thing. Oh no, I'm dead. I died. Oh no, I'm still alive somehow. Okay, wait. I need to concentrate here. Please attack someone else. Ah, no. That was bullshit. That was genuine bullshit. I'm somehow alive, though. Okay, so I think we'll let them take the aggro. I was doing really good, but then oh, he's down, is he? Also, the music, top notch. See, he does that feckin' kick. No. Please, someone else get his aggro. Oh! We're just not dealing any damage to him whatsoever. It felt like we were at the start, though.
No mercy would seem our foe is unbalanced. There is no better time to strike. The moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this.
All right, come on. We can finish him off here. I kind of feel like as the archer, when they're down, you don't really have much to like follow up with. Yahoo! Okay, there we go. Okay, I've honestly so much stuff that I kind of wish I took that ox cart to get to the main town. Because... oh, this is going to loop me all the way back to where I came from. It is, won't it? Let's see.
I'm not sure how much longer I can keep going without.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer I have either. I have like half a health bar.
If we can spare one.
No. Once there's no more Saurians here, which I'd like to think they won't throw me, we should be fine. Okay, let's see here. Let me make some arrows. Tarring arrow? No, I don't.
No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots.
I dare say that's part and parcel of the adventurer's trade.
Because like a Saurian can one-shot me here. Can I? Don't think I'm getting out that way, I'll tell you that much. Oh, there was loads of explosive barrels that I could have thrown at him. Oh, and oil. Oh, I really could have destroyed him with some more of that stuff.
Oh, I don't know about you, Master, but I'm worn out.
Mightn't we have a rest before pressing on?
A scale band. Oh. Oh, what? Ah, that hurt. The back of my knee. Can I give that to anyone? No, I don't think I can. Oh, that's interesting. A thief can wear it, but a war or an archer can't. Okay, now. No, you should be scared. Get him! That was actually really good. I didn't even realize that bandits were there. They just got absolutely upended. Yeah, high five. Okay, let's see what is in this room. Or where this is even going to lead me. I'm glad I'm playing a mage or a range character, because I think if I had any more oh god. If I had to play close up, I'd be dead very quickly. Like, as you can see, I'm literally one shot from being killed. Because I don't think my mage has the healing spell.
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magics. Wait right there.
Am I the
That's just a-
first to notice we've all got different vocations?
Our respective abilities.
Unless I can break something here, can I? I don't think so.
Each of us hone
No.
our skills. A jack of all trades is a master of none.
Okay, I assume this is going to be the way out. Nah. This is made by Capcom. So it's AAA. Nope. Don't think I'm going out here either. Oh shit. I nearly. Now, is there going to be a skeleton that pops up out of the ground or something here? Ring of Exaltation. Let's see. Equipment. Oh, cool. I have a slight boost in my... Ah, wonderful. So he does have the healing spell. He just doesn't seem to cast it that much. That's something I think I'd recommend to everybody if you're starting. Make your main pawn the mage, because they'll heal you more often. Oh, no. Oh, shit. I nearly died. That would have been some way to get the first death of the stream. Just jump straight off a rock. Make sure everything's running all good here.
Likely location for a path. Mayhap it leads to a hidden hoard of treasure.
Pray keep your wits about you. We needn't go barging in.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at how small my health bar is. If I get hit once, and the problem is I don't know where there's a campfire anywhere near or a town, so because that's the only way to like get your health bar back up to full is by resting. There might be like some potion you can craft that I just haven't figured out yet, but you have to like rest at a camp. There's a chest over there. I want to harp you. Oh, what's this? And all the items that are dropped are really useful. Because they're pretty much always used for crafting or like upgrading or making potions or whatever. Oh no. I thought that would have been the end of me there. Okay, anything in these harpies' nests? There actually is. A wake stone. So wake stones, the shards that you get, I think it's 3 wake stone shards create a wake stone, which is basically a way for you to, if you die in combat, you can instantly revive, but it's a consumable item. Or, and remember how I was saying at the start, that like if someone dies in a quest you can't complete it, there is one thing you can do. You can use a wake stone to wake them up. And you can like kill any random NPC, and then that just means that they're dead. Now you can always revive them, but if you don't revive them, if they have a quest, you just won't get the quest, which is just really, really cool. Okay, there's a campfire over there, which is going to be much needed. I'm getting loads of stuff. Like I'm ready to sort of upgrade and all that, but okay, yeah, I can survive that drop. I think we'll find out. Yep. Oh, we can go. Oh, there's a sleeping troll down there. Okay, that's who we're gonna go kill next. And again, that's very, well, it's very Dragon's Dogma, but then Breath of the Wild also kind of did it where like you're just randomly walking and you'll see like there's a troll sleeping on the ground. It's like, oh, let's go fight him. And that's when the game, this is when the game is at its best, I think, when you're just sitting here, you're chilling, just exploring the world, all that crap. So we can also cook some stuff as well. And also, look at this. Look at this. That very well could be real. I don't think it is. It looks like it's in-game, but that could be a real video of steak cooking, and I believe you.
Indeed. Surely we've time for a short kip ere we continue on our merry way.
Okay, let's go kill this troll. Thought you were vegetarian. Well, technically, Fo, I'm pescatarian, but I'm not one of these people that are like, I'm vegetarian and meat is disgusting. No, it's not. Meat is fucking delicious. There's a reason why everyone eats it, and it's because it tastes unbelievable. So, and I think any vegetarian that sits there and says it's disgusting, I just don't understand them. Because chicken wings, burgers, steaks, unbelievable.
No quarrel here.
Okay, now this looks like it would take me down to... Is he dead? Oh, he is. Oh, thought I didn't make that jump. Yeah, egg fried rice is the king of dinners. I love egg fried rice. Might I say, I'm pretty good at making it too. Okay, now how does one go down? Because I'm having a fun time just exploring here. The annoying thing is that like this character, I'd actually really like to like continue playing this character myself as well. But like, since there's only one save file, I won't be getting any trophies for my main account. Like, why is there only one save file? And I'm sure, see, this is the thing. A lot of people are saying, oh yeah, well there was an interview with the director and he said he didn't want multiplayer because of this, and this is like, okay, I totally understand that like pretty much everything that happens in like a game's design comes from a long like, oh, you fucking idiots. Donkeys. Now we need to go save them. Like everything comes from a decision, like there's like people were talking about it, but it's like, come on, just give me multiplayer. Just give me multiple save files. Yeah, well, I'd say it's probably so you can stop save scumming and all that, but like, just let people, if people want to save scum, let them save scum. You know?
I'm attentive and loyal, and prefer to if ever you've need of an ear to listen.
Come here, Shadow.
I'll take
oh
that.
no. Oh wait, no, you're part of my party. Okay, cool. I can't trust if he's dead or not. See, as you can see, like, the frame rate is kind of dipping here a bit.
Prepare yourself. Was most effective.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Yeah, like the frame rate is pretty rough here. Again, High Point earlier said he saw some people say it was like dropping to like below 15. I don't think that ever really happened. Yeah, true, and as well as yeah, exactly with a single player game, it's like, yeah, maybe the developer doesn't want you to save scum, and generally I'm like, okay, just let the developer do what they want to do, but like, you know, is a couple of save slots really that hard? Is it?
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Ah, yes. I need more fun abilities. That's why I kind of want to go to a town. Oh shit, I'm poisoned.
You are in need of healing. Allow
Kick him!
Wait right there.
This really feels like a move from someone who only plays games for a living and forgets everyone else is like that. From the developer, you mean? Yeah, what was the game that made you pay for save slots? Was it? It was Metal Gear Survive.
We'll have a hard time spitting its
Yeah, because like when people come out, it was like, oh, Dark Souls. Yeah, it was like Dark Souls should be Dark Souls should have a difficulty option, and in that case, I'm like, no, I don't think it should. I really don't think it should. You should let the developers make the game they want to make. But is saying, like, if Baldur's Gate lets you save scum, which they are the, like, them sort of CRPGs are the save scum games, then why does Dragon's Dogma only have one save slot? You know? It's like, and it's just as simple as, like, I want to just play, like, I just want to play on one account. I want to get all my trophies on one account, and that's as simple as it is, but unfortunately I can't, because any trophies that I earn now on this account just won't. Yes. Yes. Not having quality of life makes your game bad, not hard. Yes, exactly. That's why I have a bit of beef with
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
yeah. Yes, that's why I have beef with Animal Crossing, because I understand the design philosophy of Animal Crossing, but that game is just designed to waste your time. Like, I enjoy how relaxing it is, but eventually, once I put like 20-ish hours into it, I was like, this is so slow. Like, this, I should be able to access this chest from this point, or I should be able to do this. I shouldn't have to open 14 menus to get here, and it's like, oh, it's like just completely inconvenient. And yes, that's part of it. But like, I think games that do sort of inconvenience well are like Death Stranding, where that game is inconvenient and it's trying to inconvenience you, but that's part of the game, where I just feel like Animal Crossing just, I don't know. And I think you could probably poke holes in that argument big time, if I can say that Death Stranding's inconvenience works well, but Animal Crossing's doesn't, and I'm sure you could definitely poke holes in that argument. But that's just what I think, like, just off the top of my head. Plus, it's also not like this game, it's not like this game is a super hardcore, gritty, realistic RPG, because it isn't that. Like, the game isn't particularly difficult. I have died, but not much. So it's not even like, oh, well, this game is just very clearly trying to be like a super ultra hardcore RPG. It's not.
Good on you for being so observant.
Oh, shit. I'm dead. I'll blame you, Fo. I was reading your... Yes, Animal Crossing does only have one island per profile. Again, like here, you can see the frame. This is below 30 FPS now. Oh, I didn't want to kill the boar.
What did you do to provoke it? It was most unwise.
Forgive me, I could not help but laugh.
It's the same with Pokemon as well. Pokemon only ever has one save.
I will be with you in but a moment.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like Animal Crossing and Pokemon. If you have two people in a family that like them, they force you to buy a second console almost. And a second copy of the game. So, you know, I'm sure they're laughing all the way to the bank anyway.
I cannot fault your prowess.
Plenty more where that came from.
Well said. Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
Yeah, well, that's yeah, the Switch Lite is a good. I think it's a really good idea for that sort of thing. Like somebody who's like, oh yeah, I want to play like 4 Switch games, and then it's like, yeah, just get a Switch Lite. It's cheap. Do the same job. I wonder if Nintendo will launch with 2 SKUs of the Switch. Switch 2. I don't think they will. That just doesn't seem like a very Nintendo thing to do because like they just don't want to have any confusion. I think they don't want to ever step foot close to what the confusion of a Wii U is. So I don't think they would ever have 2 SKUs, but it would be interesting. Would I get a PS5 Pro? Yes, I will. See, because I play the PlayStation 5 so much that, and I also, another thing I do on the PlayStation is I capture all the footage from the in-game, like the in-console capture as well. So, like, I think eventually my hard drive's just going to give up. So, at some point, I will need a new PlayStation because I played the PlayStation 50 million times more than what the average person does. But I probably will get a Pro. I'll see. I mean, whenever I am upgrading, I may as well get a Pro. I'm not sure if it'll be a day one thing, though. Who are you? Oh, shit. Can a man not scratch his head?
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magic. Wait a minute.
The enemy flees before
Oh.
us. Surprising sign of wisdom.
It's the mark of a champion, faithful weapon shield. I grant you roaring flame.
I actually think that the frame rate is worse on the Archer because you're zooming in and it's way more noticeable than when you're playing like a melee character. Okay, well, I think that's going to be the end of the stream because I have to do stuff for Game Explain in give or take about an hour. So I want to have some lunch and all that and then get all that stuff sorted. I will be back tomorrow streaming. I don't know if it'll be this game again. Probably might be Alone in the Dark. That might be a fun one to stream. Might be some Elden Ring with Jake. I don't know. But I think that's going to be the end. I really appreciate everybody watching. Again, this was a bit of a random time. But again, YouTube is a weird beast that somehow when you stream at 11 a.m. when everyone is asleep, you get more viewers. So I don't understand it. I never... So yeah, it's just a feckin'... It's a weird thing doing this YouTube stuff. So I really appreciate everybody watching. I will be back. I will have a review for this game next week at some point. Maybe start of next week. So thank you. And I'll see you all in the next stream, video, whatever. Goodbye.